We're going to begin with this. It's a new CBS News poll, YouGov poll, finds Joe Biden is holding on to his lead in the pack of Democratic presidential nominees. But the former vice president's advantage is shrinking in the early primary states. Political correspondent Ed O'Keefe is in Washington with more on this story. So, Ed, I'm curious about this. What else did we learn from this latest set of polling?
Sure, Gail. Well, look, it's now easier to group the candidates into three distinct tiers. Former Vice President Joe Biden and Senators Elizabeth Warren, Kamala Harris, and Bernie Sanders are in that first tier. Indiana Mayor Pete Buttigieg, former Congressman Beto O'Rourke, and former HUD Secretary Julian Castro are in that second tier. Everyone else polls at 1% or less, and they're in the third tier. Warren and Harris and Sanders especially are gaining ground now, mainly because each top-tier candidate has carved out their own niche.
I believe we are literally, not figuratively, in the battle for the soul of the country.
The survey finds that most Democrats are more concerned about hearing from candidates on how they defeat President Trump next year, not how they differ from their primary opponents. And that's what makes Biden tops. He's the first choice of Democrats in the early states. 3 in 4 Democrats considering Biden say he would beat Mr. Trump, a higher number than those considering his opponents. And Biden's backers want someone with a more polite and civil tone.
As long as you're leading, you're the target.
Catching up are Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren and California Senator Kamala Harris. Fading back a bit, Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders.
Wall Street is sucking value out of the rest of the economy.
Warren is now considered the candidate who will fight the most for people.
We got to put a stop to that.
And Harris is now considered the most strong, thanks to her standout debate performance last month.
Do you agree today that you were wrong to oppose busing in America?
On the issues, healthcare leads. But it's the cost that concerns voters. Most Democrats support a Medicare for All healthcare plan, first pushed by Sanders.
It is absurd that we remain the only major country on earth not to guarantee healthcare to all people.
But more than 4 in 10 say they oppose Medicare for All, like Biden does, or first want to learn more about the potential costs.
Well, that's what this campaign's about. Do the very people want Medicare for all in my proposal?
So it's getting harder for many of those lesser-known third-tier candidates to raise money and attract attention. And multiple people in the know concede to CBS News that some of them are likely to drop out at some point after next week's debates, likely by the end of the summer.
All right, some really interesting results there, Ed. Thank you very much.